Hello, welcome to Lodging Technology Systems. In this video, we are going to talk about property management systems, reservation systems, central reservation systems, and global distribution systems. So let's go ahead and get started. As you know, property management system is a lodging application, which I call the heart of a hotel. Is that normally performs both back and front office functions, as well as supports a variety of different functions such as housekeeping, sales, catering, energy management, and customer relationship management. The PMS, as I said, is the heart of a hotel system. It is one of the most what I call mission critical systems of a hotel. Pretty much all other systems interface and work with PMS system. The beginning of PMS, property management system, goes back to 1970s in Sheraton, Waikiki. It had only 12 megabytes of storage and its cost was over $400,000. When you think about today, this smartphone that most of us use have probably, I don't know how many thousand times more power and storage and processing unit also, but it was very novice, very little limitation capacity at that time. Today, more than 80 property management system companies presently specialize in various types of lodging accommodations, and we are going to see some of them here. If you look at this is a partial list. There is many more, and some of the ones that I can mention, you can definitely go and look at them. I have all the links here. That Micros Fidelio is one of the market leaders, and Inroad we use a lot. We love Inroad because it's one of the first cloud-based PMS systems, and many of the professors who teach hospital technology, they utilize Inroad as part of their courses, like we also do. Pars Springer Miller Systems, Agilicis, and all of them. There are just some of the Senium. These are some of the ones that I would like to mention, but there's every single of them have fundamentally have the same functions. They do check-in, check-out. Guest coming to the hotel, gets the key, a room is assigned. This is done all with the PMS, and the guest goes to a restaurant, eats something, goes to a bar, and the guest can go to spa, the pool, different things in the hotel like this, and the charges are transferred into PMS, and when the guest checks out, finally the PMS handles the payment, and the guest hopefully leaves our hotel with a very happy feeling. When you look at the evolution of the PMSs, you are going to see that in the first generation proprietary systems like Sheraton Waikiki, right, that would cost a lot of money. It was just designed for one hotel. The second generation had open systems. The third generation database driven systems. The fourth generation, which is still used today, is client server systems, where there's a server and it feeds all the clients in the hotel. Fifth generation actually introduced to the fourth generation the graphical user interface. Now it's not just the DOS based disk operating system. Many of you younger generation who watch this video do not even remember Microsoft DOS, for example, disk operating system, where you used to control your computer with commands. Excuse me. And in the fifth generation, graphical user interface was introduced. Now you are using a mouse and there's icons, so it's much easier. It's more user friendly. Sixth generation uses virtual private networks. And then access the server, and the seventh generation is the cloud computing services, which is what we are using right now. The Inroad is one example of it. Nothing is installed in the hotel computers. Everything is accessed through an internet browser in the in-road. What factors influence you to select a particular technology, in this case a PMS? Or it can be anything else. It can be an electronic lock-in system. It can be a point of sale system. It can be an energy management system. You name it. There are different things that you need to consider. One of them is departmental needs. What this means is that depending upon how many departments you have in your hotel and what these departments need is going to determine that, along with guest amenities. Let me give you some example. If you have no restaurant in your hotel, maybe you are going to use a different PMS that does not necessarily support the interfaces from a point of sale system. That may cut some cost for you. But in the other hand, if you have multiple restaurants and a pool bar, several bars, spa, gift shop, all of these different things are going to allow you to choose a system that can support all of these things. Service level and customer relationships. If you are a 5-star luxury hotel, the technology you may utilize is going to be different than an economy hotel. So this is again another factor. Wired and wireless self check-in checkout devices. If you are a hotel in Las Vegas, I don't know if you've been to Las Vegas, but if you've been to Las Vegas, many people remember as one of the first experiences this long queue in the hotel to get your key to your room. And now some of the hotels are using wireless check-in devices. The staff members, associates can go into that queue and try to check you in. Another one is self-service kiosks that people can go. And nowadays, PMS systems also can support self-check-in or mobile check-in with your phone. When you make the reservation and the day of check-in comes, when you go to the hotel, it understands from your cell phone number. You get a message saying that your room is 101. Just walk into the door and wave your phone. This will actually activate the NFC in your phone, near field communications, and communicate with the door lock and allow you to actually enter. In the after the days of coronavirus, this becomes even more important because many hotels now are trying to create contactless service. This is very important. You try to avoid touching the keys or door handles, etc., that by just waving and the door, your phone, and then you unlock the door by pushing the door, you can get in. But all of these things, what you would like to offer to your guest, is going to determine what kind of technology you are going to select. Guest history, do you want to keep it? And also, do you want to use this guest history across different properties that you have? If you are an enterprise, you don't have only one hotel, but multiple hotels, which means that you would like to be able to use an enterprise system. When a guest goes to one of your properties in one particular hotel, that guest information can transfer to all other hotels. Should that guest come back ever, what do they prefer? Do they prefer multiple pillows? Do they want green tea, hot tea, or coffee in the room? Do they want a particular view in your hotel? Did they complain that the AC was not working or the bathroom was clogged? So that you can pay extra attention to those things, that it will not happen again. All of these things are going to again determine. Guest review system, integrated guest room service network is also. What that means is that in the room that you can actually integrate your PMS into your TV system. So when the guest walks into the hotel room, they will see their name in there, and you can customize their experience based on that one. For example, if the hotel is using green choices, right? You want your sheets to be changed every 3 days. You want to be able to utilize the energy management system, so that when you are not in the room, the energy management system is going to cut off the heat or the cool depending upon the season to save energy. Therefore, you help the environment. All of these things can be stored in your guest history and then integrated this into the guest room services network. Therefore, everything works seamlessly. CRM is another factor that will determine what kind of technology you are going to use. As you probably know, CRM is a buzzword in 2000s. Today, it's not as much used, but it's an information industry term for methodology, software, and internet capabilities that help an enterprise manage customer relationships in a meaningful way. As a customer, what this means for you, that customized service, a better service. For the supply side, from the operator side, to be able to get to know your guest well, create a lifetime value of your guest so that you can know how much attention you are going to pay for that particular guest. Given that, when I say that, it doesn't mean that some guests who come to your hotel only one time will not deserve a good customer service. Absolutely not. Every guest who's going to come to your hotel is going to deserve at least a minimum standard of guest service, which should be excellent. But this is going to identify your guest preferences even better. Like I said, I go to hotels and I always drink Earl Grey tea. I never touch green tea or coffee because I do not like them. So the hotel observed this and put that as part of their CRM module in the PMS system. When I go to that hotel next time, they are going to double up the Earl Grey tea for me while keeping the coffee and the green tea, but that's going to just learn me as we go and customize my experience even better. Loyalty programs such as Hilton Honors, Marriott Rewards, which is called Marriott Bonvoy, and e-marketing are becoming standard ways of hotels to practice CRM. And there's a lot of CRM solutions, and it is indeed very important. I believe that CRM is a strategic tool for hotels that is not easy to replicate. If you buy a new HD TV or 3D TV or even a curved TV, and the guest will like it, of course, it's new technology, nice, but the next hotel can easily go to the store and buy the same TV, just match what you have done. But if you have this CRM data, which is rich about your guest, you get to know them, you can actually customize the experience for them, but also predict their future behavior. Therefore, you can send them appropriate offers, is something that's not going to be easily captured or easily copied. So that's very, very important. So I put an emphasis on this. When you look at this diagram here, this shows you how the CRM actually can work. So this is the commissions from the reservations from the internet, guest internet access, remote access to all system functions. That is all happened with the internet cloud now. This is my firewall, router, switch hub, which we have talked about these in a previous chapter, the network system. So if you'd like to look at my Hospital Technology YouTube account, you will be able to see in more detail I explain how this all works. Continuing with the factors influencing technology selection, facility size and layout. If you have a huge hotel, let's say a holiday village, where you have a resort, many villas far from each other, the way that you are going to use technology is going to be different than if you have just one building. And I used to work as a consultant for a hotel in Thailand, in Bangkok. And this particular hotel actually had a 50-story building that was concrete, and you could not actually put any cable for a new system because it was marble on the floors as the floors and in the ceiling and the walls, so you couldn't do. So we had to actually utilize wireless technology there. So the facility size, the layout, the way the construction is done also impact what kind of technology you are going to utilize. Organizational structure is another one. How you are going to structure your organization. Do you have managers, middle managers, supervisors, and your frontline employees, or you have more linear or more horizontal organizational structure is going to impact. I'll give you one example. If the software that you're using does not have a flexible organizational structure capacity, then you may be giving some people more features than you want to. Let me give you an example. If you have 3 different levels in your hotel, in the front desk department, let's assume, and then you don't want your front desk frontline employees to be able to cancel reservations, make group reservations, or make pricing modifications, or change the prices, revenue management decisions. You want them to be able to access some. So your software needs to be able to support you to create customized access that you are going to give authority to those people. Maybe supervisors are going to have more authority and things to do than the managers and the general manager, or than the regional manager, or even a global manager in many cases. So that's important. Globalization is important for that matter as well, because now hotels can work with many people from different countries, from the employee side, also the guest side, that you should be able to maybe multi-language, maybe multi-currency, right? Those are the considerations that you have to take into account when you decide on this. When you talk about reservation systems, remember we said PMS, Property Management System, is the heart of a hotel. Reservation system is the heart of as a PMS. So that's very important. It sells individual group reservations, display room availability and guest lists, tracking advance deposits, tracking travel agent bookings and commissions, generating confirmation letters and emails and various reports. All of these things are going to do, and of course that the reservations module will hopefully have some interface to your internet website, and also to some of the OTAs, online travel agencies, or switch companies that will allow you to be able to achieve what we call single image inventory. I'm going to spend a little bit more time about single image inventory a little bit later in this video lecture, but let's move on now. What does the reservation system do? Audit trail denotes each change to a reservation when it's made and why home. Why do you need this? Because there might be a reservation done, somebody canceled this, and this way you can go and ask that person if there's ever a need to do so. And if there's ever a need from the guest side to be able to provide this documentation, you can do that. Audit trail keeps track of everything. Charge routing instructions. What does that mean? Meaning that when you make the reservation, who's going to pay for it? The guest with a credit card, or another company with a master account, whatever that might be, you can actually tell that. Tag messages to reservations. If there is any particular thing that you would like the check-in clerk to know when the person goes to the hotel to check in, you can also do that. These are some of the features. Every PMS is different, so these features that I show here not necessarily apply to all PMSs, but these are the most common one. Waitlist. It is a waitlist function can be integrated with a web-based reservation module, enabling guests to add themselves to a waitlist during online inquiries for the high demand times. The minute that, for example, somebody cancels a reservation, that person will get, hey, would you like to book this? Confirm here. Tracks turn downs. This is useful evaluating the need to change the rate structure, expand rooms capacity, and shift demand to non-peak days. Also, special events pop-up screen. This denotes special events and activities to enhance service and help build overall revenues, so that you can notify your guests that, hey, look, you are making this reservation, but we have an amazing concert in our hotel, or this wine dinner. Would you like to also reserve that? So it's kind of like an upsell feature. More features in reservations modules. Generates mailing labels, list user-definable letters based on various criteria. A good example of this, when you make the reservation, if you were to get the guest's birthday, you will be able to generate an automatic email to these people, all guests who happens to have a birthday on that particular day. This can be done daily, and send them an email, say that happy birthday, we are happy for you, we wish you a good life, whatever. We did not forget about you. If you would like to come back to our hotel, we would like to offer you this and this, maybe a spa, maybe a 10% discount, or a free breakfast, whatever that might be, that your hotel may utilize some of these tools. Captures all folio information and revenue totals, maintains statistics, cancellations, no-shows, number of stays, contains remarks made to hotel staff. Maybe this guest requires a certain, disabled, they need an ADA room, Americans with Disabilities room, the room that has some features that other rooms may not have. For example, they don't have a bathtub, but they will have a walk-in shower, so that a wheelchair guest can utilize this. Just like as an example, maintain a list of undesirable guests, captures guest email addresses for e-marketing, you name it. This is all different features that reservations modules can have. Also, speaking of statistics, right? We said that the reservation systems can give us statistics, and if you were to collect this information, what you see in the slide right now, at the time of reservation or at any point of time, market code. If this person is transient, airline crew, truck drivers, leisures, business travelers, package plan, if you have a package, if you're using honeymoon, or you have the weekend package, or you have the Valentine's Day package, Christmas, New Year, whatever. So you can keep track of it and look at, if you did advertising, for example, you can see how effective those advertising and these packages actually for you. Phone number, email addresses, guarantee method. How do they guarantee your hotel with a credit card or direct bill? Request for non-smoking room or any other room, the rooms that are, for example, looking at the mountain or the beach, if your hotel has that. Additional information, VIP loyalty identification. If your guest is gold or platinum, that person spends 100 nights in your hotel per year, that it will just like notify. So these things are going to give you a very good chance to be able to get some analytics, business analytics, and that's very important for you to be utilized. That data is king. Cash used to be the king. Now the new oil is data. So remember this, that everything is going around this particular. Reservation system also may utilize an online concierge. This contains the answers to the most frequently answered questions, guest employee training. Also now some of the hotels are using online chatbots, service chatbots. So while the person is making a reservation, let's say online, the person can ask some questions and the chatbot can, this is a new technology, but it's going to take, probably develop even more. Script interactions. This reduces miscommunication. For example, if somebody is calling the hotel, you can actually show this script in the screen, so that everybody, reservation agents, can say the same things to the different guests it will also ensure our guest service quality. Track reservations productivity and system performance. Also will track that information per each reservationist when they make reservations, how long do they talk, conversion rate, when somebody calls, do they really end up with booking, reservations booked per hour. There is a lot of different metrics that are used in this particular area, and this module will help you to do that. Interface with the recreational scheduling program. When you are making the reservation, you can immediately utilize upsell the interfaces among different systems such as spa, workouts, golf tee, tennis, dining reservations, you name it, whatever that your hotel may have, all these auxiliary services that you can try to capture the guest and commit them to actually book some of these services. Track rooms that have not been picked up or sold for the group selling. Reservations, group selling is really play an important role in hotels, so that, for example, a group reserved 20 rooms for a wedding, or a conference reserved 50 rooms, and people are going to pick up these rooms individually. Remember, in groups it can be block reservations. For example, it's a company. The company is going to entertain their sales managers from across the America or globe. They will say, we block 50 rooms, no problem. They will prepay those, and people are going to be assigned by the company who booked it. Or, in other words, another model that the companies or groups can make group reservations, and individuals can pick up these rooms one by one, and they can pay by themselves. A good example is a conference. You go to a conference, the conference organizer says that here's the conference hotel, if you want to make a booking, here's the rate that we negotiated for you, go and make the reservation. When you make the reservation, mention this code that we're going to give you. So that's one feature that reservation system in group selling module can do. A rooming list can be quickly inputted. A large number of rooms can be blocked at one time, 50 rooms, 20 rooms, or a particular floor, whatever you needed. Group rates can be established by room type. Charge routing instructions, just like we explained earlier. When the person in a group reservation stays, who's going to pay for it? There are many different scenarios. The guest can pay by themselves. The company can pay the woman tax, and the guest can pay all the incidentals, additional things, you name it. So that will be a different hybrid models. Charge routing, we talked about it. Sales can be forecasted using tentative booking dates based on the previous history and other things that are happening. Yield management, revenue management has spent a lot of time on this one. Customized website can be created for the event information, hotel details and reservations, so when the people can click on a link, it will go to that hotel's reservation system with the code pre-filled in, so that they can actually make this booking very, very easily. Captures historical information for every group. To be good at selling, you must believe in hotel products, etc. Tracks advanced deposits, the advanced deposit module. This is not highly used now as it used to be used in the old days. When I say old days, 20 years ago, because of credit card guarantee system. Credit card guarantee acts like an advanced deposit in a way, because in the advanced deposit that you take a deposit, and then if the person doesn't show up, that you will be able to charge. Same thing happens with a credit card as well. So this is a very useful module, and like I said, today in today's world, credit card reservations, guarantee reservations are used in that way. Travel agent module in a reservation system contains information for travel agents, which is available to reservations for linking to a guest bookings. Imagine that you got a reservation from booking.com or expedia.com or orbitz.com. So this particular reservation is going to come to your system. It can be manual, it can be faxed, it can be emailed. If a guests can make a booking from an OTA, online travel agency. Or in many cases, the best case is that your system is electronically connected interface to their system. When a reservation is made, it comes automatically to your system. Again, I'm going to explain to you a single image inventory in a second. If that happens, that's the best option of all. But when the travel agent makes a booking, that you need to keep track of their commission. Whatever the model, travel agents can work with hotels in two main different models. One is direct allotment, means that when the travel agency makes a reservation for you, for your hotel, they get a certain predetermined commission. Or the travel agents can actually book a block of rooms at a reduced rate, and there they guarantee all these rooms, and then they can resell those rooms at any rate that they can to be able to make profit. Internet reservations module. Most PMSs have an internet reservation module which allow guests, travel agents, and wholesalers to check availability and make reservations on a hotel's website, a direct online distribution channel. So you directly sell, the hotel is selling from their own website, which is probably very preferred because you don't pay any money or commissions to intermediaries. But this is not always possible, especially if you are a no-name hotel, which means that if you're an independent hotel, Hotel Joe in one particular city, how are you going to get your website to the guests? So you may have to use OTAs, online travel agencies, and other intermediaries sometimes. But so, for example, if you use an OTA, you may have to pay a certain percentage commission, 12%, or even I've seen as high as 30%. 57% of all travel reservations are made on the internet. Probably these statistics are increasing every single day, and 65% of the same-day hotel reservations are made via smartphones. CRS, Central Reservation Systems. What are they? These are the reservation systems for a chain hotel. So imagine that I have a Marriott hotel in Florida, in Sarasota. So this can be a Courtyard, it can be a Residence Inn, it can be a JW Marriott, it can be a Ritz-Carlton. This hotel will have a property reservation system at the property level. And then I will connect this hotel to my Marriott CRS, Central Reservation System, which serves as a reservation agent for all hotel brands under Marriott, either franchisee or managed by Marriott. What that means, what that gives is very easy, that if somebody calls 1-800-MARRIOTT or go to Marriott.com, they will be able to find your hotel if they are looking for in that location, and if the price that you offer on that given day is acceptable to the guest. So you are increasing your reach, you are distributing your inventory much more scale than just by yourself. Or in some cases, some hotels can come together and create their own CRSs even though they don't belong to the same chain. PMS, Property Management System, and CRS should interface so that you don't have to do this manually. But is that reality? In small hotels, still manual system is used. Even the reservation can come from a CRS. It needs to be entered into the property management system manually. In 1995, the Holiday Inn chain launched the first website with a full online reservation systems. Others followed. Today, it's hard to think of a hotel without a website, but there is still a very good percentage of hotels, especially small hotels, do not have internet presence. So there are quite a few different websites, new startup companies like hotelrunner.com, which is trying to solve this problem. So they are creating online presence for these hotels, and they are allowing them, it's called freemium, that gives this system for free of charge, but they charge, they make commission from all the reservations that is being done from that. Travel Portals such as Expedia or online travel agents, Hotels.com, Travelocity, which are selling many discount hotel rooms. Since 2003, hotel chains have regained more control of their rooms and prices by offering best rate guarantees. Chain and property websites will continue with the focus of hoteliers. Who doesn't want to do that, right? Why do you want to pay the intermediaries the commissions? If you can cut those intermediaries, is perfect. But like I said, not always possible. Global distribution system is at the top level. So remember, we have property reservation system at the lower level, and then we have central reservation at the company level, and you have a global distribution system across different brands, not only brands but also across different industries. So a global distribution system can actually sell hotels, it can sell airline tickets, it can sell cruises and other services. There are 4 major GDSs: Sabre Holdings, Galileo, Amadeus, WorldSpan, and there's a 5th one right now. WorldSpan is bought by Galileo. So there's 4 main, and TravelSky Ctrip is the other one, which is kind of considered as a global distribution system, but they mainly serve the Chinese market. For that reason, it's not truly global, but it can be considered as one of the global distribution systems. They were originally designed, GDSs, global distribution design, operated by airlines, American Airlines to be precise, were later extended to travel agents as sales channels. Currently only accessible to consumers' travel portals like Orbitz, Priceline, Travelocity, there's a typo there, or Booking.com, Hotels.com for hotels, rental cars, airline tickets, and other services. Even these global distribution systems can sell experience. For example, a dining experience with a local in a place that you go. CRS is often interfaced to GDS, Global Distribution System, which is wonderful. If they do, then it is going to be much easier. Again, remember about single image inventory. I'm going to explain that soon, and all of these things are going to really link together well in your mind. A switch company Switch is a company between CRS and a GDS. Pegasus is a good example. And what that does, also even hotels can use a switch company to be able to connect to different OTAs or GDSs. They charge, of course, GDS is not free, neither switch are also free. They charge a fee. This could be a commission or it could be a set price depending upon the company that you are using, and it is part of that. Now I have a short video for you. This is actually an old video. It is from 2015, but it really explains well the online travel agents. For that reason, I would like to show this video to you. Let's watch it. As you can see, online travel agencies, the travel intermediaries offering services online. You saw that in the video. They rely on GDSs, and you can see Amadeus Expedia signed a multi-year agreement in North America. So if you go to Expedia, look for hotels or airlines that comes from Amadeus GDS system. Some of the distribution trends that I would like to share with you are that mobility. You probably, again, if your age is 20 to 25, you may not even remember any of these phones. I do remember them because I'm almost 50 years old. And then when I was growing up, the mobile phones came into our lives and they used to look like this. Then today we have a variety of different options, like my smartphone that I'm using right now, and their capacities, what they can do is really changed. So that also impacted how hotel technology has been developed as well too. Now if you look at the mobile travel trends, 3.8 billion smartphone users expected globally by 2021. 92% of travel brands said having a mobile strategy is critical. or very important to the future success of their organization. So in other words, you have to be present on mobile platforms. 62% of Gen Z and millennials consumers want visual search over any other new technology. Datafication, 65% of the more travel brands would like more traveler data at the destination stage of the trip so they can customize the experience for their guests. 78% of the people say they can't live without their mobile phone. So if that's the case, you gotta integrate mobile into your services, whatever that you offer in your hotel, restaurant, or any travel or tourism company. 60% of the travelers would be open to using a chat platform to search book trips. Remember, we discussed chatbots as part of the reservation module. This is showing how people are changing their behavior and how they make reservations in hotels. And trends continue. 28% of airlines will invest in augmented reality in 2019. This trends come in 2019, so keep that in mind, which means that now by 2020, 2021, or by 2025, we are going to see probably this statistics as 70-75%. And augmented reality, I have another presentation about that, and virtual reality as well too. So you can watch that if you'd like to get more information. 52% of travelers expect to be able to communicate with a travel brand using text or messaging or smartphone, right? It could be through an app. That's what we have said in these trends. It's very, very clearly coming to our eyes that these hotels need to be now even a technology company now. And this becomes even more important in the days with coronavirus, that hotels need to be able to use these technologies to be able to create a contactless experience. Like, for example, this smartphone can open my key lock, can communicate with the hotel without touching anything, that I can order from the restaurant without actually looking at or touching the menu. Again, very, very virus conscious right now, the environment. In few years, if the coronavirus is gone, we will yet to see what will happen. But my prediction that this contactless options are going to be popular among guests and also suppliers as well. Flash sale websites. These are time limited deep discounts. Imagine that you want to give 75% discount in your hotel at a low time. It's kind of like this. Groupon, Living Social are some examples. If you take this Groupon and Living Social, if you look, they have variety of different services, not just hotels. But if you look at Escapes and Getaways from Expedia, these are the flash sales websites for hospitality industry. There is more and more examples are coming. Jetsetter, Travelzoo, Seekway, etc. And they are going to have deep sales discounts for them. Why do the hotels do it? There are a variety of different reasons. Some of them use that as an advertisement. So they give deep discounts so people can come and see, so they can come back again. Some of them you would like to utilize these low periods where there is not enough demand to be able to get turnover, pay for fixed costs, etc. Whatever that might be, there are quite a few research studies done about this. I also published along with several colleagues of mine on this particular topic. So feel free to go to chobanolo.com and click on research and read some of the papers that I have published in this area. Last minute inventory is another one. Trends that in the distribution, in the reservations, hotels tonight. This is the website that is designed by some chains together. As you can see, this again, the whole idea is to be able to distribute that perished inventory. Remember, hotel inventory is perishable, which means that if you don't sell this room tonight, you are not going to be able to sell it tomorrow. It's gone. So if the room is not sold by a certain time on a given day, you can provide some discount and put that in this particular format so that people can utilize that. Look at these are quite cheap rates for Tampa area, and is being taken from this particular app here that you'll be able to see some more examples. Google is becoming a travel company. Google is becoming a distribution company, even though Google has denied many times, because some of the best revenue stream companies for them are travel companies. If you were to search for a hotel in a particular city, you will see the promoted links to a particular hotel companies or OTAs. They do not want to become a distribution channel. They just would like to simply say that they are a referral company. So if you were to go to Google Airlines, Google Tickets, you'll be able to Google Flights, you'll be able to actually book flights from Google website, although they refer you to the airline's website. Or if you were to look for a hotel in a map, you'll be able to actually book from Google. But again, we are yet to see what Google is going to turn into. Currently, it's not a distribution channel, but it's going towards that way. Again, that's a personal prediction that I have. Marriott Bonvoy is another app which is just released. Actually, this is only 1 year in late 2019, 2020. Marriott has brought this app which serves as a CRM, customer relationship management, which serves as also a variety of different ways to upsell, and it is quite impressive. Also serves as your online key. So if you have this app, when you go to your hotel, that you'll be able to swipe with the NFC, near field communications, and open your hotel. Electronic distribution management is really an important task for hotels, because today majority of the reservations come from electronic channels. So you need to be able to create a strategy for this. EDM, Electronic Distribution Management Solution, enables hotel to seamlessly control and distribute hotel inventory in all sales channels, as we have talked. Here, we didn't use ADS before, but these are called alternative distribution systems, like OTAs, online travel agencies. ADM system might also have a rate tracking module to identify where the hotel rates are being distributed and markups that travel portals are adding to the net rates. Rates and the strategies and tactics used by competitors to establish rates are also tracked. Hotels inventory is managed through a single point. Hotels PMS, single image inventory. This is so important. Let me explain you how it works. In a traditional system, this is my property, right? This is my property reservation system. I may have Mycos Fidelio, Agilicis, Visual One, Inroad, you name it. You have all of them here. And then if I am part of a chain, that I connect my PMS here to my central reservation system here. Through my central reservation system, now if somebody goes, imagine this is Marriott Courtyard in Sarasota, and then if I connect mine to CRS, Corporate Reservation System, or Central Reservation System, now if anybody goes to Marriott.com, if they are looking for a hotel, I will appear there. And my, what do I do? Sorry, I go back. Then I go into mine, I connect my CRS with the help of switch company to GDSs. Remember these GDSs? These are, then I will be able to distribute my inventory. So your inventory in this level, here, right here, it goes through all the way to the world. This brings the whole world to my single property here. And single image inventory tells me that as my rooms are sold here, as you can see, that if I had 100 available rooms, and I sold one, so now I have 99 rooms available left. And if somebody comes here, Jane or Joe comes to, I cannot draw very well here, to OTAs, let's say hotels.com, orbitz.com, expedia.com, they are going to see that available. But if I have no room available, they are not going to see it, because this is called single image inventory. My inventory is managed by single inventory that comes from. So in the traditional model of distribution, let's say this is Orbitz, this is Expedia, this is hotels.com, booking.com. I allocate my rooms manually to them with the rates. Very difficult. And if this is sold, this is sold. And if all of your other hotels in your hotel is sold, but you already allocated them, you don't control it. If the revenue management allows you to increase your rates because the demand is strong, then these are not going to be impacted, because you have to remember, go every single distribution channel that you have, and for every single room rate that you have, and for every single day that you have. It's very, very difficult. Often it's not managed well. The single image inventory allows you that all of these distribution channels to interface into your system through the switches, through other intermediate companies, and utilize your inventory here. The minute that you sold this room here, let's say this is done, they also see it. One room, that room is not available. This is done. Let's say I have sold all these rooms and you have sold them, and now you say, you know what, my demand is very strong, I'm going to increase the rates. So the people who come to these OTAs, distribution channels, are going to see new rate that you have. Instead of $100, now they are going to see $125, and you sold these again and this, and you have lost 4 or 5 rooms, you double your rate, let's say. And again, they are going to see what you are going to give. And when you don't have any more room, and if you don't want to overbook, they are not going to give your room, they're not going to sell your hotel to avoid some problems. So this is very important for hotels, and I do hope that the hotels that you're working utilize this strategy. I hope that the hotels that you are working utilize this strategy. This is the end of this presentation, this lecture. I hope you find it useful. Have a wonderful day.